Wishing for a Christmas mortgage miracle? Patriot Trading Group wants to make your wish come true. Just enter to win on Family Values Radio website, and you can enjoy having your mortgage paid for a year. That's right. It's the Christmas Mortgage Miracle Contest, where if you win, you'll have all kinds of extra money for other things, like a vacation, new clothes, new giant screen TV with whole home audio, whatever else may be on your wish list, because the winner will receive their mortgage or rent payments covered for a year. To enter, go to FamilyValuesRadio1010.com and click on the banner. Enter once each day to increase your chances to win, and look for bonus entry opportunities. That's FamilyValuesRadio1010.com, and enter the Christmas Mortgage Miracle Contest, sponsored by Patriot Trading Group. See our website for details.
Good morning and welcome to Tuesday. I'm Joe Jaquin, CEO of the Patriot Trading Group, and our toll-free number, 800-951-0592, the website at allamericangold.com. And I'm just going to say this little teaser. I got a special that is special coming up. Get your dialing fingers ready. That's all I'm going to say. Little teaser. It's going to come up in the next segment. Very excited about it. Great opportunity. You know, for a while there, I was telling you, hey, this is the stone cold lead pipe lock of the week. That's what's coming up next, okay? So be ready for that. It is closing in on Thanksgiving. Of course, just ask Dr. Fauci, right? Thanksgiving is canceled. So's Christmas. Just cancel it all. Right? Nobody's supposed to don't have anybody over your house. Limit it to family members, and depending on the state, some states you can have 5 people, other states you can have 10. You know, wouldn't it be great? You know what we could do? We could all make a list, right, and send it to Fauci. Hey, Fauci, can I have these people over my house? Right? Well, you know what? Grandma, you can come. But sorry, but, you know, we've got 3 kids plus you. I mean, Grandpa's out. Grandpa's out. Right? You know, maybe your sister-in-law, maybe she's out, right? Your mother-in-law, she's definitely out, right? You know, I mean, I don't know how all this is going to end. Obviously, the cases are rising. States, I can't even keep track of all the shutdowns. Here in Arizona, they've pushed back winter sports now into January. I don't know what will change in January. A lot of places now, indoor dining shut back down again. The bars shut back down again. None of this is good for the economy. The Dow's down 300-400 points, and gold's just sitting here right around 1890, getting ready. Again, the money train is coming. The election, more and more looking not the way we want it to look. You know, and I don't understand. You know what? Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania. I mean, they were so close. You're telling me that here in America, we can't get a hand recount in those 3 states? And I'm not even talking about Michigan and Wisconsin, because I think the spread was a little too big there, but I could be wrong. But we can't do that. We can't pull that off. Really? I mean, we can hire, I don't even know, 200,000 census workers, but we can't. I mean, I don't get it. You would think, hey, if you put me in charge, okay? Now, I readily admit, okay, I'm a person of average intelligence. Okay, not above, I mean, just average. For less than $10 million, I'm laughing because I think that'd be an outrageous amount of money. I could pull it off and get it done in a week. And anybody that wanted to stand there and watch could watch. I mean, it can't be that hard. But again, they want it to be that hard. And then, you know what? Everyone could go home and say, okay, it is what it is. Right? Everyone can live with it. Hey, listen, we counted every single vote by hand. Right? And you just have a pile. Right? You get two people. Here's your pile today, two people. And both of you look at the ballot. And you agree. That's Trump. And you put it in the Trump pile. That's Biden. It goes in the bottom pile. Biden pile. You know, and at the end of the day, you cut them all up. Can't get it done. No, wait. That's too hard. Come on, man. I love that, Joe Biden. Come on, man. Really? And why would nobody want this? I mean, look, I don't know the exact numbers in the other two states. But it was 49.3 to 49.1 here in Arizona. I mean, that's when you talk about over 3.5 million people voting, that's a small number. I don't know. It looks like, and I said this yesterday, it looks like Biden. I don't want it to be, but you know, this thing in Georgia is going to be huge. Remember, there's two seats in the Senate still up for grabs, both in Georgia, both on January 4th. Already, I just heard Bloomberg's going to spend tens of millions of dollars there. Everybody, I think there's been a million ballots already been requested. If the Democrats won both of those, they would have control. I'm fairly confident that's not going to happen. Fairly confident that we're going to get one, if not both. The one race was really, really, really close. The other one, even though the Democrat won, there was a couple of different Republicans vying for it. And if you added all the Republicans together, I think they win kind of easily. But, you know, without there being a presidential election, will enough Republicans go out and vote? I hope so. Because if not, it's Katie bar the door. But already, you know, through executive order, we're going to see a lot of changes coming. There's going to be a huge increase in spending. Feel the burn. Bernie Sanders wants to be the Commerce Secretary. I think he's going to get it. Janet Yellen now looks like she may be the Treasury Secretary. Listen, get your dialing fingers ready, baby, because it's going to be a gold explosion in the Biden era. We'll be back right after the message. 800-951-0592, Patriot Radio News Hour. You know, what's a good stripping of our liberties without some book bannings, right? You always got to have the book banning. Well, here it comes. Apparently, Huck Finn, To Kill a Mockingbird, just to name a few, they're no longer wanted. Yep, nope. We got to get rid of those books because they're racist. Yeah. You know what? Why don't we just do this? Any author that was writing books before, pick what year? What year's allowed? 1970, 1980, 1990, 2000, right? Any books before that, they would just ban them all, right? Because they're just too racist, and it's just another example of obviously our Mark Twain, of Mice and Men, right? That's Steinbeck's. A lot of us, those were required reading, and all of these books now are on the chopping block. I think California's of course, it's got to be California, leading the charge of all the book bannings and all this nonsense again. Made up racism, right? This is what we're facing now. Joe Biden put on his team the UC Irvine professor who was calling for repatriations, right? We're going to get it all. I'm telling you right now, before Civil War happens, the printing presses are going to be operating at full steam. Could you imagine? I mean, so he's already come out and said, hey, $15 an hour, right? Change that. That's the official mandate. coming out from the Biden team. Bernie Sanders saying, hey, I'm going to be the next Commerce Secretary. And again, get ready for a lot of progressives in the Biden administration. It's going to happen as soon as I'm sitting here. They're going to use COVID-19 as the cover. They're going to have, I think, the largest deficit in U.S. history could happen in fiscal year 2021. Of course, that may not be saying a lot. We're kind of going to be in this whole decade plus here of breaking all the records. And again, gold's going to start moving. We got to get through this. Who's really won once it's official, and the transition team is officially welcomed into the White House. Whenever that may be, that's going to be the catalyst, and then all the executive orders and all the spending that comes behind it. I'm fully expecting the country to be near lockdown everywhere where you don't have strong Republicans. Arizona, Colorado, yeah, you're on the list, right? We know about California and Washington and New York and New Jersey. I just sit here and I'm thinking as to what we're going to be seeing as the cases start spiking. Let's put it in perspective. Arizona was 7th. We had the 7th most cases 2 months ago. Today, we're going to be 14th on the list. And we're starting to see our cases spike back to where they were previously in our last spike up. But the number of states that are starting to get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,000 cases a day continues to grow. So get ready for more lockdowns, which just, obviously, that's not what we want to see. People need to make a living, and this is going to be devastating for the banks. It is. We already knew we had a big number of outlets that going under, small businesses going under. There are so many. Listen, the small businessman, I'm not talking about these big companies. We are so creative. We find ways to survive. And my heart breaks for these people as they found a way to survive, and now all of a sudden their states are being shut back down again. That's it. They're done. Right? They were hanging by a thread, if they were hanging on at all. And now we're going to see it all again, and then we're going to see massive spending on top of it. And that's why you want to be in the gold market. So I told you at the break, listen, we haven't had a stone cold lead pipe lock of the week in a while. But this was a deal that I'm really excited about. We have 100 AU, which means almost uncirculated, $20 gold pieces. So these were gold pieces that didn't get used. They didn't get all banged up. These are coins that were on the precipice of being gradable. And you know what? The chances are they could have been gradable. But, the grading game, for a long time wasn't worth grading them, right? Because the cost to get a coin graded, if it was only going to come back a mint state 60 or a mint state 61, there wasn't enough price difference involved. So a lot of these coins are probably right there, right on the cusp of being a gradable coin. So they're going to be just beautiful. We're putting it together with a couple of ounces of silver in a package. Now, in our normal ungraded $20 gold piece, the ones that we normally sell out there, I don't even know. I didn't even get a price sheet today, but I think they're $21.35. I believe. Up here comes Brittany. Oh, by the way, I didn't even say this. We've got a new employee here. Her name's Brittany. I've known Brittany for a couple of decades. Her husband's one of my best friends and she has joined us here at the Phoenix office. This is how busy we are, so be nice to her. She doesn't know a whole lot about it, but tell her how to write the orders. You guys know what you're doing. Just tell her what to do. Say, hey, Brittany, I want the special. This is how many I want. You know what to do. But she's going to be a great addition for us. Today, Brooke's off today. Brooke's other son had a major knee surgery yesterday, so she's playing Supermom today, and she'll be back in the office maybe this week. She thinks she'll be back this week. I kind of doubt it, but she'll be back next week. But I got Brittany and Arlene here. So we've got an AU $20 gold piece, 2 ounces of silver. Our regular 20, not AU, just circulated 20s, are $21.35 today. You're going to get this AU 20 plus 2 ounces of silver, which 2 ounces of silver, that's $50 just at melt for 21 and a quarter. So you're getting an AU 20 plus $50 worth of melt. So silver is just under, and I guess it's $49.50 worth of meltable silver. Now in the silver, the first 40, you're going to get 2 half-ounce silver rounds that are the knockoff of the American Silver Eagle. You'll get 2 of those, and then 1 other ounce of silver, another silver round of some sort. But I bought these this weekend, these half-ounce silver rounds that look like American Silver Eagles. So they're really cool. So you'll get 2 of those plus another ounce. So you'll get 2 ounces of silver for the first 40, but then I'm out of those. And then after that, you'll just get 2 ounces of silver. So for 21 and a quarter. So really, when you think about it, $50 worth of silver, you're paying really about $2,075 for the 20, and you're buying the silver at melt. That's why it's the Stone Cold Lead Pipe Lock of the Week. 800-951-0592. Start putting them away. You know what's coming. When you think about where we're headed here, the Biden transition team talking about feel the burn, Bernie Sanders. We got Janet Yellen now. She's not commenting, but now it looks like she is the leader and going to be the Treasury Secretary. Of course, that also means we're probably going to see Lael Bernard. That's my guess. Could be potentially replacing Jay Powell. So this is going to be a very, very liberal financial wing of the Biden administration. 800-951-0592. Jeffrey Gundlach was out again. He's one of my guys. I tell you, you got to keep listening to him. He was the keynote speaker for Forbes. So Forbes has this wealth management summit. And he talked to these billionaires about how overvalued, and he used the words really overvalued, the U.S. stock market is. We know this. Listen, I think it's going to I think we're going to see more gains in the stock market. I don't think we're not at the peak yet, but it's coming. And warns the U.S. dollar is headed for a significant downturn. Now he's joined J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and now Jeffrey Gundlach in the last 48 hours. So all weekend, they were all announcing, get ready for the next leg down in the dollar. So we saw the first leg this year, right? The dollar went from 102 to 92, right? So we saw leg one. And now it's been what? It's been capitulating here for the last 6 to 8 weeks. Now they're saying, get ready. The next leg is coming. Here's what all three of them are calling for. And it's creepy when they're all very consistent because you know they're going to make it happen. They're talking about a significant downturn in 2021 approaching 20%. Now, that would put that dollar index in the 70s. Now, remember, that would be matching all-time lows. But they said in 2022 it's going to break the all-time lows. Called the stock markets wild. And said that the S&P, which is up 75% over the last 5 years. Here's what's so funny. The S&P is up 75%, but your 401ks barely moved. He says, despite the massive stock market growth, the U.S. has been underperforming its peers with respect to GDP growth. And he says that he expects it to continue to struggle. Says that he's concerned that without Microsoft, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, and Netflix and Alphabet, without Microsoft, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google, a.k.a. Alphabet, the S&P 500 has had zero growth in the last 2 years, which means we got a lot of zombies to be bailed out here. Get in today. The next leg down in the dollar is coming in 2021. Be ready. 800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour. 800-951-0592. The lead pipe lock of the week. It's an AU $20 gold piece. 2 ounces of silver. The whole package is $21.25, which is $10 less than the circulated 20s that we normally sell, which are great. And listen, they're fantastic. But I'm telling you, these coins are just going to knock your socks off. And to get a couple of ounces of silver to go with it. I mean, you're sitting there, silver's at $24.75 just at melt, right? You're looking at $50 worth of silver on top of that. It doesn't get better than that, and it's really simple here, right? When we talk about why do people buy from us, because we don't play games. There's no bait and switch here, right? Here's what we want you to do when you're calling. By the way, 2 lines open. I want the special. All you need to say. And my crack staff out there, they're going to say, how many would you like? And you just tell them, I want 1. I want 10. Whatever it may be, 20. Right? They're going to total it up, and you're going to pay for it. Now you can pick up in our office here in Arizona or our office in Colorado, or we ship anywhere in the U.S. and U.S. territories. Yeah, we've got customers in America Samoa. We got customers in St. Thomas. If it's a U.S. territory, we can ship there as well. And we add $35 shipping. If you pick up, you get to save the $35. It's that simple. Well, what happens? I mean, what are you gonna? I'm gonna ask for the special, and then you're gonna try to sell me something else? No, that's it. We're done. Once we have good funds, Like I said, we ship the product to you, or you can make arrangements to come and pick it up. If you want to bring a cashier's check or cash and pick up and take the product with you when you pick up, we do that too. Once you have your product, you're never gonna hear from us. We don't call our clients, never have. We don't do any of those things. Free reports. Anyone offering you a free report, don't call them. Some of you have done it because you tell me, man, I wish I hadn't done it. Right? They will call you for the rest of your life until you change phone numbers. And again, there's nothing free about free reports. 800-951-0592. This is the deal of the week. This is the deal of the month. This may be the best deal, and we've run some great deals this year. This may be the best one we've run yet. 800-951-0592. France has announced the closing of all bars and restaurants until at least mid-January. Get ready. And again, these are affecting our banks. I don't care if it's New Mexico now, which is shut down, or Oregon, or Washington, or California. Of course, did you see California? See the idiot governor again? How many times do we got to catch these liberals? Right? They all do the same thing. Right? They all tell, oh, my God, the horror, what a horrible person you are for wearing a mask and not wearing a mask and wanting to go out, and heaven forbid you want to have Thanksgiving with your family. You're a terrible person. Right? And then what happens? We catch the governor of California. Where's he? Oh, yeah, he's out in this big group, right? Oh, I made a mistake. Yeah, come on. They don't believe any of this. Right, but they want to give the appearance that they're doing something. The problem is Joe Biden's going to follow the science of all of this. I expect the continuation. We're going to see more and more states continue to lock down. I love what Florida's doing. Florida's like, listen, we get it. Take precautions. And if you don't, be prepared to face the consequences. And I think that's how every state should operate. They're not going to, though. And again, the ramifications of these lockdowns are going to be very, very clear. Yesterday, we talked about the Federal Reserve now getting ready to become the clearinghouse for the Treasury market. This is huge. This is them admitting we just have too much debt. These dealers are getting stuck at these auctions with all of this debt, and they're basically if it continues, they're going to have to sell all this other debt to make room for the treasuries, and then we can't lie about what the value of the debt is. So this is a big thing that's coming down the pipe. When we're looking at what's going to be happening next, we're going to have a central bank that's going to be monetizing the debts here. I think we're going to see in the next 2 years, I think we could be talking, it's very possible, we could be talking about a Federal Reserve balance sheet of $20 trillion, a U.S. budget deficit of $40 trillion, right? You start doing math, right? You're like, wait a minute, that's $60 trillion. No wonder why China's been signing the largest free trade agreement ever in the world. The rest of the world's getting ready. Speaking of getting ready, companies now, after Joe Biden said he's going to immediately demand a $15 an hour minimum wage, says that companies are going to automate jobs to combat this if it gets passed. And I don't know, right? And I'm sitting there going, you know what? Here's the problem with $15. I mean, it sounds great. That's only $600 before taxes, right? That's 31 grand, right? You're not earning any kind of good living with $31,000. $15 isn't enough. I mean, really, when you think about it, where do we probably got to be right now? 25, maybe 30. I mean, The starting price, the median price of a home now is $350,000. I mean, what kind of money do you got to make to qualify for that? Not to mention, how are you going to come up with the down payment? 800-951-0592. I'll get you a tally on how many of the specials are left when we return from the break. It's an AU $20 gold piece and 2 ounces of silver for $21.25. 800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour. We'll be back after the break. 800-951-0592. We had 68 specials left, but we may have none. I'm not sure yet. 800-951-0592. There's still a couple of lines in. I will do the best we can. Once we're out because I can't replace them. I mean, this again, ridiculous special. This is what you get. You're going to sell them all out. U.S. AU 20s, an AU $20 gold piece, and 2 ounces of silver for $21.25. I mean, that's real value. I'm happy. I'm so glad we were able to do it, and really it all came together. It took 2 different things. I bought some rounds this weekend from 2 different people that I didn't have enough of any one or the other to do anything with. And then I got a call last night. It was late yesterday afternoon from the largest wholesaler in the world, and made me this offer on these AUs. I just put the 2 together and happy to pass it on to you. I just found out Wall Street optimism. You know, we kind of watch this because that's when you kind of know we're near the top. Has now, not only has it matched, it now exceeds just barely the dot-com bubble from 20 years ago. We're right there. And again, I'm still, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we don't have, I still think because of all the spending that we could still see more upside on Wall Street. Bank of America has now gone bearish on stocks, saying that all vaccine rallies should be sold, citing that the 20-year high now on optimism on Wall Street. And again, they always have all these things. I don't know. I know this. Every metric you use, right? PE metrics, the bullishness, and all these other ways of valuing stocks, it's horrendously overvalued, right? We know that. And again, but look at what Jeff Gunlat said. Hey, take out the 6, right? Microsoft, Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google. Without those 6 stocks, the S&P 500 has no growth in years. Right? So it's something that is really kind of amazing. Right? And it's scary because it's like, 25% of the S&P now, and as far as valuation, is those 6 stocks. The other 494 stocks, right, are only make up 3/4. We've never, and you know what? We've seen this before. That's the problem. We've seen it before, and we're going to continue to see it until it stops. And I think when we're starting to look at what could be the catalyst for stopping it, you look at the shutdowns. You look at Joe Biden. If what these initial reports are, Bernie Sanders, right, as our Commerce Secretary, Janet Yellen as the Treasury Secretary, Lael Bernard as possibly the new head of the Federal Reserve, and not to mention all the other stuff. He wants to pay free education, right? $15 an hour minimum wage, all these other things. I think the euphoria that we've seen is going to end when we start seeing the administration being put together. And this is why I think it's pretty clear. When Goldman and J.P. Morgan, Jeff Gundlach, all these others, they're talking about, I've never seen a dollar fall 20% in a year. I've never seen that. 10% is huge. Right? Think about it right now. The dollar right now is at 92.40. 92.40. Right? So 92.40. 10% haircut put about 83. Right? But now we're talking about, 73, 74 by the end of 2021. And again, when I sit there and I'm saying, hey, I think gold's going to be 3,000 and silver's going to be in the 45 to 50, and then I hear these things, and then I'm like, okay, is that a little light? I may be a little light on that. But when I sit there and I think about, okay, what do they know? Jamie Dimon knows Joe Biden, right? I don't even know who the heck's in charge at Goldman Sachs, but, they know Joe Biden. They already kind of know what's going to happen. And, Goldman, they're in there. They're telling them what to do. The banks are going to be telling this guy what to do. And this is why we prepare. This is why we're putting our medals away. You look at the debts. It's ridiculous what they're talking about now. The central bank saying we've got to take over the treasury market. Right? This used to be the pride of America. Look how deep. We've got the deepest debt markets in the world. And now we got to say, hey, you know what? We've got too much debt. We can't do it. Patriot Radio News Hour. We'll be back right after the break. Final segment here on this Tuesday, 800-951-0592. I got bad intel. We are not out. We have 52 packages left. I apologize. Like I said, everybody, we got a little excited there. So we're not out. We've got 52 packages left. This is the AU. And all of that means is that it's almost uncirculated. In other words, it barely made it out of a treasury bag, and whoever had it, right, didn't, put it in their sock drawer or put it under their mattress. It didn't get banged around in the treasury bag. So AU almost uncirculated, $20 gold piece with 2 ounces of silver to go with it. All of it for $2,125. So that kind of, if you took the silver at melt, that'd be about $50 worth of silver. So you're talking about buying a 20 for an AU 20 for like $2,075. Hello, 800-951-0592. Keep adding to the portfolio as we watch more of the Biden transition team. The more we start learning about it, the more confident I get as to the run that's going to occur in the gold markets. I think we're going to see a much softer dollar. And the answer really is very, very simple. Stimulus is late, right? Who thought I thought by now, we'd be at least they're not even talking. The spike is here, right? The vaccine news, okay, that'll be good at this time next year. And then we start seeing the front runners, the early front runners here for the Biden administration. And it just makes you know that, hey, the gold market's the right place to be, without a shadow of a doubt. 800-951-0592, the lead pipe lock of the week. The AU $20 gold piece, 2 ounces of silver, all for 21 and a quarter. And we'll sit back and we'll watch, and we'll see what we need to really figure out how much of this stuff is Biden going to be able to do. And it looks like a lot of it, unfortunately, a lot of it he can do with executive orders already. All the good Trump did with China as far as trade, that's going the other way. We'll see about student loan debt, right? Why not, right? Cities and states get ready for massive bailouts there as well. So Bernie Sanders, really? Do I need to say any more? I should just be able to say Bernie Sanders and 800-951-0592 and make it all work out. We'll see. And again, it's still early, but that looks like where we're going to be. Anyway, Dow's down a couple hundred. Gold and silver are just hanging out today. Patriot Radio News Hour. God bless everybody. It's going to be okay. Listen, we're going to get through it. Just remember, whoever has the gold gets to make the rules. We'll be back on a hump day tomorrow.